Good morning, Satya community. Good morning, Growing Edge Live community. Allie Benjamin here. And it's so good to connect here every Sunday with you, whether you're joining us for the first time or just stumbled across us, or someone invited you or told you about Growing Edge Live in the Satya Center. Welcome. If you are a longtime friend and spiritual seeker, welcome back. So good to see you here at the very end of the year. And today we're going to be exploring reflections. We're going to look back over the last year. And so it's a perfect time this week between the Christmas celebration and the New Year. And we have this week-long time. Many of us are off from work at this time and enjoying our families. We're traveling, we're on the road, we're here at Lake Mead, and many of us are taking this time to sort of reflect on what happened, what did happen in 2020. So today I'm going to lead us through an experience of reflection and vision casting. So if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're someone that's been joining us on a regular basis every week, we've been doing this for over 10 years now, and welcome back. Many, many blessings on you, and thank you for your ongoing support and your love as we share this spiritual message every Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. A little spiritual tune in and tune up. So welcome. There's Sandy. Hello. I'd love to know where you are, where you're watching from this morning. If you'd like to type that into the chat. We're here in Stewart's Point, just outside of Overton in Nevada on Lake Mead. And it's a beautiful day, very chilly, not very chilly. I shouldn't say that to our friends that are in the north. We're in the 50s, I think, and it's very cloudy. Very, very little sunrise peeking through the clouds this morning. So where are you? Hello, Jessie. Awesome. And you're in St. George. Welcome. Welcome, Ben. Kaysville. Welcome. So good to connect this way. Even though we're not together in person, we have learned over the last 9-10 months to feel like we're connecting in this virtual group. So welcome, wherever you are. And I'd like to start today with a little tune from my friend Leslie. So here we go.
Free my mind, open my heart with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life, on the growing edge.
Oh, here from the growing edge. And the growing edge is wherever you are. You are on the very growing edge of your own personal evolution. You are a co-creator with this amazing universe, with the spirit of life, and you are co-creating with everything that we see, taste, touch, feel. It's all a part of this one field, one living, breathing, moving intelligence, and we're co-creating with life our own personal life. So you are on the very growing edge of your own becoming. And you have within you everything that is required for you to have a rich and vibrant and wonderful life. So I see people popping on. There's Clay, my nephew, and Samantha, my sister from Davis. Hello, welcome. And Michael's just outside. He's got his down jacket on and his beanie. I know I've booted him out so he can make comments and join us in this beautiful virtual community, this container, to have a moment of time, where you check out from the busyness, where you check out from the craziness of the holidays, and you tune into what's really important. Not that all of the wonderful celebrations weren't important, but what's important this morning, this next 20 minutes of creating, of realizing that you are a creative force for good in the universe, that you make a difference, and you have within you your thoughts, your imagination, your memory, all of these capacities of the mind that help us realize that we have something, each of us have something to do with the experience we're having and the experience of us in the world for others, for those around us. We're responsible for the way we think, we breathe, we move, we act, we participate. We bring our vital life force energy into time and space. Hi, Jessica. So let's take a moment to ground, to center ourselves, to bring ourselves fully into this moment, closing the outer eyes and taking that 18-inch journey from the head, from the brain, and gently imagine a little elevator and imagine sinking down, 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 down into the heart center, and maybe place your hand over your heart center. And that's just the center of your chest here. And breathe and anchor yourself into this moment. Anchor yourself into loving presence. And maybe imagine dropping a sync line, an anchor, a golden thread down from your heart to the very, very core of planet Earth. And in this way of dropping a line, a golden thread down to the very center of the earth, there's a real sense of connection. And feel it in your body that you are part of this earth, that you're connected to this earth, that Mother Earth has continuously nourished and nurtured and sheltered and supplied and fed you from the very moment you came into this world. You have been supported. Your needs have been met. Maybe not your ego's needs, what you think you want, but your very, very core needs. Food, shelter, spiritual energy. There's been a constant supply of everything that you've needed to have a human existence, to have a spiritual existence here on earth. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. We came from the mystery, incarnated, birthed through our mothers, and brought into time and space, into our families, into our experience. And ever since we arrived, there's been a higher intelligence, a deeper wisdom within us that has made it possible for us to experience this life, this mysterious spiritual essence, this light, this spark, this part of us that is beyond what we see, beyond what we know. It is that elusive, ineffable dimension of our being that its primary desire is to experience this life. And I believe that we're here to experience the full dimension of our life, all of the highs and all of the lows. That we're here to experience it all and to bring our unique spark of light and love into time and space. So as we anchor ourselves into this moment, let's take a deep breath, breathing in peace. Exhaling peace. Another deep inhale. Breathing in love and exhaling love. Breathing in gratitude and exhaling appreciation for everything, everyone, just as it is. Our ego mind likes to think things should be different, but there's a dimension of us, a spiritual dimension, our higher self, that appreciates life just as it is. in all of its contrast, in all of its diversity. And so as we settle into this moment, as we settle into life being perfect just as it is, let's take a deep breath, and on the exhale, sigh. And arrive and open the eyes and be here now. So welcome. I'm Allie Benjamin, and we meet here, we gather here on Facebook Live every Sunday, and we have a little spiritual tune-in and tune-up. Today, I'd like to talk about reflections. And my most recent download has been about looking at this particular time, this week between the Christmas on the 25th till New Year's Eve and New Year's Day on Friday, the 1st, and taking this time to do some mindfulness, to check in, to reflect over 2020, and to cast a vision for 2021. Each of us are creative beings, and we have the ability to live a more creative experience. I like to think of it as living by design versus living by default. If we're just kind of going along with life and have a sense that life's just happening to us, there's this sense of, well, we're just experiencing it and it's by default. But when we wake up to our co-creative abilities, we realize that we have an impact and we can affect what we're going to experience in the future, as well as what we're experiencing right now. It's a mind game. It's a mindset. A lot of what we experience in our world is filtered through our mind. That's the way it is, as we're spiritual beings having this very human experience. We have this great capacity to think. We have a great capacity to imagine. And that's a part of the wonder and the mystery of being human. We get to lean upon our invisible powers, the power of our mind. And so I'd like to do a little guided experience with you so that you can have a greater sense of what 2020 was and what 2021 might be for you as you become more tuned in to being creative, part of the creation experience, the creator in your life. So let's take a moment to close the outer eyes again and just relax wherever you are. And if you're doing something, if you're busy, if you're working on something or you're multitasking, I ask that you just take a pause and take a seat, maybe even lay down for a moment as I guide you through this process. So closing the outer eyes and tuning in and expanding a field of love. And take a moment to identify something that you're really grateful for, something that you appreciate very much in your life. Maybe it's a person or an experience you've had. And as you land upon something you're grateful for, something you appreciate in your life, bring that experience into your heart and allow your heart to open. I believe our hearts are doorways to the invisible. I believe that when we're heart-centered, when we're focused in our hearts, when we're focused in what we're grateful for, it's a way that we communicate with God, or we communicate with Spirit. It's a place to center ourselves in when we're prayerful, when we're sending out a request to the universe. So as we anchor into our hearts, as we activate a field of gratitude and appreciation, we then start this conscious conversation with the field, with the divine matrix, with God, with the universe. We're in essence saying, I'm ready, I'm open, I'm available, I have the ears to hear beyond the audible, I have the eyes to see beyond the visible, and I've moved into an expanded dimension that is beyond time and space. And when I'm in this place, I'm highly tuned in, I'm creative, I'm tuned into my heart's desires, God's wish for itself through my experience. And as we tune in to that heart's desire, we begin to open up beyond our little experience in the physical to a larger experience, expanded experience of what's possible, of the field of what's possible and the potentialities that are available to us beyond our ego structure, meaning beyond what we think we're capable of, what we think's possible for us. The walls of that they dissolve, and we expand and we see the greater picture. So I want us to reflect for a moment. I want you to look back over 2020 with clear vision. We've each had our own unique experience over the last 12 months now. 2020 sort of stands for clear vision. And so we've had our experience: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 12 months have passed since you sat here, on the threshold of moving from 2019 into 2020. A whole year has passed by. You have had 12 months of experience. 12 blessed months. And they've not all been peaches and cream, I'm sure. You've had many challenges, many changes. Many things have occurred and caused you to stretch and grow. So I want you to look back and just check in month by month over the challenges that you've experienced. Because when we reflect on the challenges, we can move more deeply instead of just labeling those things as difficulties, or I wish that hadn't happened, or that was a great trauma, a great loss, I didn't like that. Our ego can label things as difficult and challenging, and our ego has an ability to criticize, condemn, compare, and all of that is not very helpful when we're doing a visioning, when we're casting a vision, when we're setting up the ground for moving into a highly creative space. But as we go back and we look at those challenges and we dig deeper, we look for the gifts. What did that challenge offer me? What did that challenge create for me to grow? And so as we take our ability to reflect, to ponder the past, to recapitulate, to take a moment to look what happened and see that, yeah, it may have happened that way, but wow, I actually have the ability to see what gifts came from that, how I could have done it differently, what I'm willing to do next time something like that happens. So we begin to find that there were actually gifts in the challenges. So I want you to identify 1, 2, or 3 of the gifts that came forward for you over 2020. And I want you to tuck those gifts into your mind and into your heart, because that will now fuel you as you move forward. So as you've identified them, maybe you want to jot that down or type them in the chat. The gifts that 2020 gave you, those strengths that you've developed through having to grow and stretch and become who you needed to be for this 2021 experience. Because I believe that every challenge becomes bearing gifts so that we can move forward with greater skills and capacities. What skills have you been forced through this time of growth and challenge and change? What have you been pressured through these challenges, what skills and abilities have you been able to expand, to grow, that are going to serve you in moving forward? And so just take a moment to ponder that. And now I want you to think about the vision for 2021. You are at a pivotal threshold, a time where you get to look forward and you get to ask your heart, to ask your higher self, that spiritually mature part of you that is outside of time and space, that isn't limited by your experience of the past, that gets to see with absolute eyes what's possible, that gets to open up to the possibilities and the wonder of life. What would you like to experience in 2021? Why are you here? These are some questions I asked last week. Why are you here? What are you here to do? And who are you becoming? So as you start to think about 2021 and the things that you'd like to accomplish, the things that you would like to experience, and I don't just mean tangible things like I'd like to own a new house or get a new car or achieve these particular goals. I mean, what would you, as a being, as a spiritual being having a human experience, what would you like to experience yourself as? More loving, more joyful, more kind, more expansive, more appreciative. I don't know what that is for you, but what would you like to experience as a soul, as a co-creator? How would you like to show up in the world as you enter into your family, as you bring your love, your skills, your abilities, your unique flavor, your unique spark? What would you like to experience in 2021 as you? Who are you becoming? And identify that. And maybe there's one word or maybe a few words that best explain or describe who you're becoming, the next iteration of you. You get to identify it, and then you get to be it. You get to cultivate the skills that are going to enhance not only your life, but everyone in your family. You get to be that magic. You get to be the answer to someone's prayer. You get to be the answer to your own prayer. And each of us have the ability to do this, but when we're limited by our ego structure, that part of us that says I'm not enough, or I need more, or things need to be different in order for me to be that, those are all limiting beliefs and thoughts, and they may be true for you, but they're only true if you believe them. The bigger truth is that you're an infinite being that is here to cast a vision for 2021 and bring your particular magic and mystery and bliss and joy and creativity into time and space. Each of us are. So what do you want to experience in 2021 as we build this energy, this momentum? We've grounded into our love and our appreciation for our life. We've looked back over 2020 and found the gifts in all of those challenges and traumas and losses that we've experienced. And we've identified how we want to be, who we want to be as we step into 2021. And we know that it's up to us, that we're able to cultivate, to call in everything that's required to support us. The universe is just saying, yes, I want to support you. If you're calling in more know-how, just ask for it. The universe will show up as that. People will show up. Opportunities will occur. Invitations will be made to you for you to take that next step, for you to become who you are here to become. But it takes you identifying it. When you identify it, you become that conscious co-creator. And instead of living by default, you live by design. And then you'll see the universe just makes itself obvious and present for you to say, look how helpful this life is. Look how the universe always supports me in becoming who I'm here to become. So I want you to really feel in your heart right now. You've identified this vision for your 2021. I want you to really get a sense of that. You have the ability to live every day in that energy of yes, I am, yes, I can, yes, I am becoming this greater expanded version of myself. And it's up to me every day to resist the temptation to dip down below the line where I feel scared and hopeless and doubtful and tired and exhausted, all of those things that we have the capacity to feel when we're not living consciously, when we're just allowing ourselves to be run and organized by our ego structure. We get to step up. We get to step up into what's possible. We get to step up into, I have a greater capacity to bring forth what wants to come forward, that is beyond that little voice that says, no, you don't. That's not yours to do. Who do you think you are? That's all BS. Belief systems. And you have the ability to create new belief systems that say, yes, I am. Yes, I can. Yes, I am becoming my own personal savior, my own personal hero. That's who you are, and that's what the whole world will benefit from when you absolutely occupy the space of who you're becoming. So let's close the eyes and tune in. Feel your heart expanding as you get a real great sense of who you're becoming, as you know and trust that the universe is continuously supporting you. Everything is supporting you, every person, every place, every situation. There are messengers, there are angels, there are guides and guardians that are continuously supporting you as you're on this journey of expansion, as you're bringing your own unique, brilliant light into time and space. You have legions of angels and guides and guardians from the heavens that are supporting you in becoming who you're here to be. Feel that love, feel that support, feel the full immensity and enormity of that support and say, yes, 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 I am becoming who I have never had the courage to be in the past. I am now stepping into this expanded version of myself, and it feels good. It feels expansive. It feels empowering, liberating. I feel like I am, for the first time, as never before, a sovereign being of light and love that is able to tune in and hone my skills as never before to bring forth a brilliance that feels so good, that to be the answer to my own prayers, to say yes and thank you to the abundance and the generosity that life is always pouring forth, this continuous flow of blessings. I open my heart and say yes and thank you and allow it to be. Allow myself to bring forth all that I'm here to be in 2021. I give thanks for this. Just feel that wave of gratitude. Gratitude and thanksgiving is a powerful energetic force, just like love. It's magnetic. And when we hang out in that vibe, when we hang out in love and appreciation, we get an expanded version of our life. We step up and we step in and we see with new eyes what's possible for us. And so feel that, and feel your love and gratitude for this amazing life that we all have. Gratitude for 2021, gratitude for 2020, and every year. And know that we have the ability to transcend the past and create from a new place every day. And for this, we give thanks. For our families, for all of those that are supporting life in becoming more expanded, a better version of itself through science and technology. We give thanks for everything that's coming together right now. We give thanks for all the essential workers that are out there making life easier for all of us. We send special prayers and blessings to everyone that has made their transition in 2020. All of those health workers and doctors that have been, and nurses that have been supporting people in their times of physical struggle and challenges. We give great thanks for everything that's been, and that for everything that's yet to come. We give thanks. And it's in this place of thanksgiving that I release this prayer, knowing that 2020 is a blessed experience, that 2021 is a blessed experience, and we give thanks and say thank you, thank you, thank you. And as you open your eyes and you come back to this experience, you come back to this amazing virtual time and space, this Growing Edge Live message. And if you jumping on at the end and you'd like to view the whole thing, you can go to my Facebook page, Alison Benjamin, and view it. You can go to the Satya Center, our Facebook page, or Growing Edge. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your generosity. If you'd like to financially support Growing Edge Live and the Satya Center, you can do so on Venmo. Satya Center, Satya. Thank you for your generosity. So many of you continue to support us as we can't meet in person at the moment, that we're doing this virtually, and we have been for the last 13, 14 months now. Your generosity allows us to maintain our website, to maintain these Growing Edge messages every Sunday. Thank you. You can go to growingedgelive.com to make a donation. And thank you. Love and blessings. Thank you for being here. And wherever you are, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may 2021 be the best one yet. And I'll see you next Sunday. Mwah. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.